Yes, sir, you can start, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Sir.
Hello, Razman. Razman.
Sir, please wait for a second.
Okay, okay.
What is that? Let us start the session now itself.
Okay.
Good morning, participants.
So,
good morning, Dr. Vaisa. Good morning, Dr. Hamanta. It is indeed a pleasure and privilege for me to welcome you all on behalf of Government Arts and Science College, Peravurani, Thanjavur district. First of all, I would like to introduce our today's RB, Dr. Elambam Hemanta Singh, to all the participants. Dr. Hemanta Elambam Singh. Elambam Hemanta Singh is an assistant professor working in the Department of English in GP Women's College, Impal. He has got 15 years of teaching experience. So far, he has published more than 80 articles, and also he has published a book, John Steinbeck's novel, A Critical Understanding. Hemanta and myself have attended a refresher course 2 years back. From the time onwards, we became very close, sharing these kind of things, seminar about, and also Hemanta is a very good, modest and humble person. I would like to welcome him to today's forenoon session. Dr. Hemanta Singh, sir.
yeah.
We start now.
Okay. Okay. So let's start, Professor Razman. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Elambam Hemanta Singh, GP Women's College, and this is Constituent College of Dana Manjuri University in Impal. So it is my privilege to talk on particularly in this seminar series. It is a national, so I'm very grateful to the organizers as well as my friend and all these. So I have given a topic on ICT. So ICT, information and communication technology, and its challenges in research and teaching. So why do we need a ICT at this moment, particularly in the during COVID-19 or what we call coronavirus? So as you know, we all social distancing, it is a mandatory. We can't go to our conventional teaching, learning. So as time demands us, so I think this virtual classes, but already there is a virtual or online. As you know, when we before this coronavirus, there was only existed means online teaching. and online registration, online, online administration, online classes, and then online shopping. So there are various platforms already existed. Now we are using in a mass scale because time demands. So as you know, ICT is just giving a tool and to the research and teaching. So I would like to divide this topic into two parts. So I will come to the general perspective of ICT as a tool, as a catalyst, using this tool, and we can impart our teaching learning. Of course, challenges is there. Okay. So let me begin with the first part. I will come the latter part of the research area. So that will I will mix up both one another. So as we all know, friends, we all know that education is a backbone for transforming the nation. So nation, what type of nation? Modernization, whether it may be industrialization, whatever the form we need, that means the next level of generation. So for that, we need a good society for that quality of life. So everything is based on what? That nation is belong to a knowledge-based society. So who will support this knowledge society? Then education. So education is the backbone. So as you know, we cannot deprive of learning even this during this pandemic period. So I think it is very relevant. So we must impart, we must utilize maximal at the level. But of course, if challenges are there, but we can overcome it. So this is a point I would like to suggest with the first point. So then you must be interesting, you must be surprised to know that, you must be noted, according to, you see, human resource development, the data says Indian higher education is one of the largest enterprises in the world. So I think we must know how many universities in the country, how many colleges in the country. So according to the human resource development data, I like to share. So we have to 2019, we have 950 universities all over the country. And then approximately 42,000 colleges. So you see, imagine how many. So that is why India is largest enterprises, particularly in the higher education. I'm talking about higher education. If we are not incorporating about the lower institution. Okay, so you must be also interesting to know how many students enroll in these universities and colleges. So around nearly 31 million. So 31 million, you see, only for higher education. If you plus with the lower student, it will come across more than 60 or 70 million. So this is what we are India's pride of. So in this juncture, we cannot deprive. So we have to use other sort of means. So again, let me bring about, as you know, as since pandemic or nationwide lockdown has started, particularly in the month of March. So as you know, we have adapted to the traditional teaching methodologies, teaching learning. Now it comes fail. We can't do it. We can't impart our students. So what is needed? Because completely, so our educational system has completely second violently, effectively. But as you know, we can't do. So let me begin with this. But in spite of this sacking, in spite of this affecting to our education due to this nationwide lockdown, but we have to do it. We have to change our system of learning. So now it comes ICT's role. So now, of course, ICT just is giving a platform there. So there are various platforms. I will come to the ICT's role in the teaching, learning, and the research. So as you know,
Thank you.
as a we teacher, now due to this, I think we must welcome this situation. We should take the opportunity. We must take the opportunity of this pandemic period. We must transform our students we must shift. But now we must go into the virtual world. So virtual classes. Now it become very popular. So of course, there is already, this platform is already existed. Now we are coming into using in a mass scale. So let us also enjoy this platform also. Who knows, in the coming years must be better instrument will help us, and we may not be able to distinguish which is virtual, which is a real. So let us wait, but now we have to enjoy. We must take the opportunity. Now you see tens of thousands of students in cities, whether in the cities or town, they are using computer and smart. But in earlier, before lockdown period, what they do, what they did, we can't say. But now we are giving responsibility, because we are giving assignment, we are giving study material, we are giving any sort of learning, processing, all the, now we are using from worse to good. So we must welcome. I must be agree, all of us. So this is now the situation we are facing, and can use it of these two of the ICT. And of course, let me again, one of anyone can ask, what about your opinion? Okay, yeah, in the beginning we have challenges, but we can overcome it. But you may ask also, what about the security, data breaches, network connectivity, etc., etc. No, that perspective we cannot look, because if there is something, then must be married and demarried. But we cannot go all the negativity level. So whatever the level of we are teaching, we must turn into opportunity. So now I will come to the about the platform. So let me share about some sort platform, about the second resources, about the tags, all available in the UGC. So we can utilize for our purpose, for end purpose, for online teaching. So we can introduce to our students UGC's website. There is plenty of tools for using about the resources. Say example, Swayam is one example. Swayam Prabha is one example. EPG MOOC is example. E-content is example, etc. Shotgun, E-Shindu, National Digital Library. Then now we already use some of the tools we in our smartphone, WhatsApp. Now we are using Zoom Cloud Meeting. Now let me share about the Zoom Cloud Meeting. Just I got yesterday when I watching a TV, BBC, one of the executive of the Zoom executive CEO, she told me that this, you must be surprised to know that Delhi, I mean, just put it here down, Delhi users is more than 300 million. Okay, this Zoom Cloud is using more than 300 millions. Now you see how many they are getting in turnover in profit, more than 300 million of net profit at this time. So in the New York Stock Exchange, they are giving skyrocks. So this is one example we can use, but one course, of course, my friend maybe ask me about, what about the poor students? Hello, Razmon. Hello, Razmon.
I'm here.
Are you? What about whether my voice is audible?
Yes, Professor, everything is fine. Go ahead. Varadarajan here. Good. Listen to
Okay.
you.
Okay, okay. So I thought that nobody is responding. So I thought I'm simply speaking myself. All right.
Keep your video intact, bro. Sir, we could not see your face completely. Have some distance. Yeah, quite good now.
Now,
Now it is good, sir.
okay.
Go a little more. A
Okay.
little more. Go
Okay.
back.
Yeah. So,
No, sir.
mm,
Just move the
it's okay.
Ah, now it's okay.
It's okay.
Extent it's
Okay.
okay.
Okay. You know, uh, YouTube professor, one hand I'm holding my phone and one hand I'm using my laptop. So I'm both hand are using.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
Uh,
No problem.
okay. Okay, sir. So we have plenty of tools. We have provided. One example is Swayam Prabha. So for getting all sort of secondary sources, tags and everything, this is we have to encourage our students for imparting our knowledge. So we cannot deprive our student, as you know, because this student will take our place, the next generation. So we cannot deprive due to the coronavirus or social distancing, but we have to impart. So you may ask maybe ask about the poor students who cannot afford about the smartphone, laptop, internet connectivity. Oh, yes, we have to address of those students. Say we can use local radio, okay? Then we can use local FM. Then we can use local TV channel. Well, we ask to provide some sort of time slot to provide our education platform. This is what we can use, utilize at the master's level. So this is what the UGC as well as MSRD are encouraging very tremendously. So our purpose is to get ends meet. This is how. So this is one example, and then let me come to the about the scenario. So as I said earlier, so using ICT in higher education, you see, we must welcome. It's not only bringing about a range of diversification, so range of diversification. So it will bring a tremendous sense and also promoting our new level of opportunities for what? For traditional and non-traditional students. So what do you mean by traditional and non-traditional students? Because traditional we are using what? Inside classroom, using chalk, blackboard. So non-traditional students means we are going to the start level of next generation. So this is, we have to mix up. So anyway, no doubt we can change it because the time demands us. We cannot go back to our traditional method of teaching. This is what we are giving us opportunity. So we have to take it, we have to crop it, we have to harvest it, no doubt. So this is because government of India also, state government all are supporting us. But you, as you know, education is a backbone. When the nation wants to develop, when nation go to the next level, then education is the backbone. Who will, because those employees, staff, technocrats, scientists, whatever, we will come from education. This education need despite of lockdown. That is why we have to use all sort of platforms, whatever we can. So whether maybe this or that, up to we have to change the situation. Now I have to use another of the point here. No doubt everyone is agree or maybe agree, but we have to challenge. So every challenging we need to face. Is no doubt. But you may ask that in the beginning, we shall face a tremendous problem. Now we are facing, we cannot go and to one place to another. Forget about one from one state to another state. Forget about it. Even we can go from our home to our neighbor. This is a situation. So this situation we can utilize our virtual world. So virtual world in the form of teaching, learning. So this is what we have to address, and we have to mitigate out. We have to change our system of teaching. Of course, yeah, in the traditional form of our course content for teaching and learning are based on textbook, no doubt. We all agree. But our convention, we have started from the beginning. Now we have to change to the different style of teaching learning. But we cannot base on text and book. Of course, that policy have to address by the policy maker. So from here to there, then now in a traditional method, well, what is this? Because there is teacher oriented, right? In the last for many years, our course content for teaching learning are based on textbook, all right? So teacher oriented, all right? So teacher oriented, we are using textbook, we are using blackboard, a whiteboard, whatever, and students are using pen, pencil, but we have to change from the conventional to the virtual class for intellectual. I think this will give you self-confidence. That means this will give you a contemporary student-centered, because from conventional teaching of method to the student-centered learning, based on what? Information access and inquiry. So I think this is a self-reliance. I think I would like to call self-reliance or self-confidence. Okay, so this will give you, okay, yeah. What about the teachers though? Maybe ask one or any, my friend may ask me, what about the teachers? Oh, teachers, nobody can replace our teachers. Our purpose is facilitator. See, as a facilitator, as a catalyst, just give me one example. When you see in a field, a football player or cricket player, they play. But when anything wrong or in the field, who comes in the middle? Referee or maybe umpire to make a judge. So like we are just giving we are mentor, we will guide all these things. So teacher's role is there. No, nobody can replace. So as a facilitator, we can guide through this system. We have to change from the conventional style of teaching to the new system of learning. We have inevitable, we have to do it. So before I want to continue of this teaching learning, let me again, I will come back this point. And before that, I will start little bit about the second part of research of literature in the, as you know, as we are students of literature, English. So let me tell you about research trend. In here, just ICT is just playing a role, giving a platform. Okay, so in the research area, let me share about the second part of the research area. So in literature, and let me tell you about English literature. As we all know that in this 21st century, dear friend, English literature is no longer the sole property of those imperial England. I think everyone would agree me. So in the 21st century, English literature, or what you call it, English language, is no longer the sole property of any belongings of the imperial England. Of course, you may say that English literature flourished in England. Of course, yeah, I agree. But this is gone. Gone means it has already spread it all over the world. So how it is spread it? Let me tell you, everyone knows very well that English colonizers spread all this. Okay, they gave me this language to us, and we are inevitable to them. But let me tell you, as a English literature is spreaded, now it becomes no more at the literature of particular country. Okay, so now English literature, you see as your example, now we have as the literature from England to the other part of the globe, other part of the country, other part of the continent. Now it becomes as a regional, or maybe like some example, wherever these English people, when they establish their language, literature, culture, everything. For example, Australia, they establish called Australian literature. Then Canada, they establish a Canadian literature. America, American literature. Now India, Indian write in English. Why do they Australia literature in English? Because they speak first language in English. Canada, they speak English. But in India, we have diverse language. So we call it English literature, Indian literature in English. So anyway, that is a part of beginning of English literature. Now I will come to the whether you may ask me about what about the countries which were not colonized by the British or maybe English. Okay, Bhutan, China, Iran, okay, Nepal, Thailand, of course, they are not colonized. They were not colonized by the English, but they have literature in English. So now we can agree, you maybe agree, English is no more a particular countries, is no proper right, property or belongingness of the imperial English. Now it become a global, all right? Now I will come the second part of the research area of the, we must know about the pre-independent period. Okay, pre-independent periods, the style of writing is different. The style of writing of the different after the post-independent writers. Okay, pre-independent writers, their theme of writing is what? Nationalism. They deal with the nationalism and patriotism. So that area is quite different after post-independent writers. All right. So in the post-independent writers, their style of writing is different, and the pre-independent writers are different. Some example you have, we are all prescribed in our syllabus, Raja Rao, as Kantapura. Okay. R.K. Narayan, Swami and friend, Malgudi, I have seen in the TV serial in those 80s, 90s, those Malgudi's Kahani, and then Mulklas Anand, Untouchable, they all was very about him is nationalism and patriotism. So when we go to research and this thing, we have to look about pre-independence writers. Their style of writing is different. They are purely patriotic. They're purely based on nationalism. Now, when we come to the post-independent era period, so we call it a postmodern writers. There is huge changes. You can see after World War II, let me tell you, these post-independent writers, we can call it after Second World War, this different scenario is completely changed. When you come to the Indian writers, they are asking about the political freedom, challenging. There still we don't have that, we don't have to getting about the notion of about the freedom. They are asking. So in the post-independent writers, let me share about the post-independent writers. So here we found a peculiar style of writing about the, you see, when you go ask about political freedom, there is no political freedom in the post-independent era. So writers like Salman Rushdie, you can find Midnight Children about asking which, so, and then again I got about Arundhati Roy, Amitabh Ghosh, Sachi Tharoor, Sachi Deshpande. So many writers, I cannot give all the names. And then you come about Rama Mehta inside Haveli. So you see in the post-independent period, writers, you see, there are different views they are asking about the freedom. What type of freedom? Because they are rejecting about the grand narrative. They are pushing the meta narrative. All right. So here, the sort of changing post-independent India is writers are confusing. Okay. So here, in sort of these writers, you will find plenty of theme about the challenges of the freedom, about the classes between the Indian way of style and the pushing of the influence of the Western world of the education. Okay, even you can, I think many of us come across about the Rama Mehta's inside Haveli. You see how it is. Bombay girl come to the Rajasthan and how she faced about the changes from the modern educated girl to the typical society confined. So that is etc. So here we a little bit confused about post-independent writers. So let me put again another at the post-independent writer. Let me about the translation work also from English. Say translate the regional language to English. Okay, from regional to English, English to regional. So some sort of writer also coming up with yeah. For example, let me share about the Girish Karnad. Okay, he always writing in the first in the native language, then he himself translated into English. So Girish Karnad's True Love, Hayabadana, so many, uh, all this we have come across. Then another point of the women writer also in this period of the post-modern period or maybe post-independent period, women writers. Say example, let me see, Mahasweta Devi, okay? So well known, everyone knows about her writing style. She is about fighting about the marginalized tribal people, all right? So one movie, very popular of her work is Rudali, very popular. So this is one example. And even the her work is translated, even based on writing by this one, Gayatri Spivak, Can the Subaltern Speak, based on the Mahasweta's work, satis, all these things. So another one, let me share about women writers. Uh, this is the period of the changing and the women writers coming up. And then another coming to the little early later period is diasporic writers. Okay, so diasporic writers also Indian writers who are living outside. Okay, Bharati Mukherjee, Chitra, Divakurni Mukherjee, Jhumpa Lahiri, Kiran Desai, Anita Desai, so many, there are many writers who are coming up, who are dealing with about Indian lifestyle. They are dealing in the diaper writers. They are still they are confused whether they which country are belonging. They have a nostalgics. They have a little confusion or the no man's land. So those of sort of uh, style of writing in India, Indian writers also in the women, particularly in the women writers. So again, I will come to the autobiographical writer also coming up, which area we cannot ignore about in the recent past. Say example, Abdul Kalam, very well-known scientist and the former president of India. He also very famous about his book, Wings of Fire, Turning Points. So this is also another area of working very recently, very popular autobiographical work. And then the autobiographical one now is coming very popular. Everyone is trying to write about the past into bringing the present. So this is one area of the area we can go through and research of this. uh, okay, let me share also one about in the recent past about research. We almost some, I think many of our friends come across, I think, about gender issues. This is feminism. So in here, let me share about recently I just started writing one paper about Shakespeare's feminist reading of Shakespeare's text through presentist approach. So this area also we can go through because Shakespeare's work, as you know, in the tragedy, it's a different style of writing. In a comedies, different sort of studying. So in a comedies, Shakespeare's work, we can see there, we can see the issue of gender and sexuality. Okay, here we can go see. Now we are come across very popular about the feminism, or maybe now it becomes known as gender issue. Okay, a little broad aspect about the whenever we talk about feminism, it is a very not so much broad. So gender issue incorporated, or maybe cultural studies incorporate more broadly. Even the literature also comes under the cultural studies. So now literature also comes under the cultural study. So let me talk on that area. But when I think I'm sharing about a here of research area where we can go, where we can revisit. Let me say this word. So in Shakespeare's work, particularly in the comedies, okay. So here we can go and see about whether there is a gender and sexuality issue is there. So of course there we can find it through presentist approach. It's not new, very popularly now it is very popular, coming up different type of approaching. It's just something like a mix up with the Marxist point of view and the deconstructive say about Roland Barthes, the death of author. Okay, so this type of approach is there in the we can use of the presentist approach and revisit about the Shakespeare's works, particularly in the comedy. We can find plenty about the gender issue. What I mean is where you can find particularly in the work of Richard III, King Henry V, As You Like It, A Midsummer Night's Dream. In these 2-3 of the comedies, where you can find plenty of gender and sexuality about the place. Because in the Europe at that time, in the Elizabethan period, particularly in the Shakespeare's period, okay, there was patriarchy society. As you know, the English society is a patriarchy in the beginning. So in that time, Shakespeare very wisely used this gender equality. He used in this drama. If you go through these 2-3 dramas, just I have mentioned, if you go to the Midsummer's Night Dream, or As You Like It, or you can go to the Merchant of Venice. You can see, in the Portia house he plays when she rescue about about the rescue of the Antonio. This one rescue of the, I don't remember what is the friend of the Antonio, I don't remember. So anyway, so that the Portia rescues about from the challenging of the asking for a flash of pound of to in order to mitigate of the this not able to pay the back the amount. So if you go to the Merchant of Venice, you can find how Portia changed into man. So similarly in Midsummer's Night Dream, Richard III, King Henry V, As You Like It. Just I'm giving 2-3 examples of comedies written by Shakespeare, where Shakespeare very fantastic and very cleverly he used gender equality. Okay. So whereas in the tragedy, that is, it is a man-dominant area. So where that in the tragedy he can't use, he was avoided to use. So let me share all these things. So now I will come. This is a research area where we can go through now it is time of this pandemic, we can use ICT with the help of various tools. There is available, plenty of available, and we have to share, we have to ease out the situation and our purpose, our teaching as a teachers. We, as you know, our purpose is to impart a student to get a knowledge. We should not deprive their learning. So now again I come to the some area of the where we can address about when we use ICT. Okay, so first let me give you some just example. This is not the final list which I prepared. This is not a final list. There are plenty to update, but just I'm sharing in order to use this internet or whatever we use or ICT. So teacher. So if teachers are not properly trained in online delivery, then it will be compromised. It will be successful. The success of online program will be compromised. So we need first as a teacher, we must train properly. Okay. Then about the basic. Oh, you see this technique is not like a rocket science. Okay, so we can handle very efficiently, effectively. We can use it, but we do need training, little some basic training. So we must prepare all these things. Number one, as well as the students. Sorry. Then the teachers, okay, and the teachers, and as you know, in order to do all this, like we are organizing this sort of webinar. So we need also here all the same proper about organization. So in order to succeed the program. So successful participation we need. So in order to do all these things, we need to proper organization. So we have to propagate. We have to process. We have to motivate. This is one point we have to look at. Then another point is, of course, yeah, economical reason. Okay, the whole family, you know, one cannot have all the what we have, so laptop or computer. You see, some family may have a laptop, but the family also working. So family might be used this type of maybe teaching. So at that time we have to look another alternative means of to get our this facility. Say I already mentioned it earlier. So we can use community radio, okay, then the community FM, okay, then the community TV channel. We can ask to provide some time slot in order to impart this classroom systems. So in adult and another, let me share about one thing. As you know, the poor living about the connectivity poor connectivity particular area, we can provide other means of system of radio. Radio is very accessible anywhere. Okay, so we can do it. But another point about the poor students. Suppose if they are getting scholarship, okay, if possible, suppose SC, ST they are getting scholarship, or BCR they are getting scholarship. So we have to suggest to the concerned authority whether they could some additional amount of to get some sort of this computer or maybe smartphone, whatever can accessible to our program. So we can ask to the authority whether this type of program can be launched. So in order to get poor students. Then another interesting point is I would like to share about the, as you know, all parents, we are all parents, we have all children, as you know, gadget addiction. It's a very familiar among us. So we are very fed up of to control our children to this phone and this. So now we are getting opportunity. Let me to share. You see, due to this coronavirus pandemic, now we are in home. All right, home quarantine. Let me share it. Home quarantine. In that way, man. So in this period, children are given assignment. All right, through phones and that. So now these children are using in the earlier in the past before coronavirus, they are using setting or what this or that, we don't know, but this time they have given responsibility. All right, so I think it's a good, I welcome this, because now they have given some opportunity, they cannot waste their time because they have given some tasks. So I think this is from good, I think it is a good catcher, good opportunity for in order to giving responsibility to the children in order to even though addiction, but in the early addiction was a different thing, but now this addiction is good for purpose. So I think it's a good decision. I think we should harvest this opportunity, we should take it this was to good, yeah, best. So I like to take in this point. So this is what I wish to share at some point. And there are many points I don't want to time waste. So if there are any, shall I over to Rasmon for interaction, or should I continue, sir? Hello, sir.
Sir, if you wish, you can continue. Dear participants. Sir.
Please come, Rasmon.
Am I audible, sir?
I am quite, yeah, very much audible. Should I continue or should I over to for question?
Sir, if you wish to continue, you can continue, or we will ask the participants to pose questions to you.
I think better to instead of you see keep on giving lecture. I think some questions should come from the.
Okay, sir. Sir, wait, sir.
Yeah.
Dear participants, if you would like to pose questions, you are requested to pose question in the chat box, or if you can ask question directly by unmuting your mic. Dear participants, am I audible?
Wow.
Is there any questions?
I think much clear. No question.
Very clear, sir. Very clear.
Oh, hello, madam. How are you?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir. Fine. Thank you.
Oh, after a long time. Oh my God. You have a question? Please ask me. But
No questions at all, sir.
it's a general. I'm not using any those big terms or those. So I'm using simply just simply giving awareness.
More than 78 participants, and there are 86 participants watching in YouTube. No, it's a posing question to you.
No questions. It's very interesting and very clear.
Oh my God! There's lot of there. I have a lot of points, but I simply keep on giving lecture. It is one way, no. It is not. I'm not interesting. If you put in some question, then I can give up to best level.
It becomes an one-way traffic because you have very clearly delivered your lecture.
Thank you, Rajmohanji.
Dear participants,
I think there is no participants.
All are here.
there are 78 participants. in Zoom.
It's,
115 participants are watching in YouTube link.
okay, can you see me my face very clearly?
Yes, sir. Your face is very clear. Your picture is very clear. Your voice is very clear.
Oh, thank you. It's my
Hello,
pleasure.
sir.
Yeah, please, madam,
I'm
please.
Dr. Gomati. Do you remember me? We all.
Yes. Why not? Why
How are you,
not?
sir? How are you, sir?
I'm not so old, man. I do remember. I'm not so old.
Actually, sir, I could read some sort of hesitation in you because you are sitting in front of a machine and speaking, right? We teachers are feeling
Let me.
we are missing our students. Am I right?
Yeah,
We need
actually,
some audience in front of our eyes.
yeah.
That is found missing in these gadgets.
Yes. That is why in the beginning I have said to you, that this is a beginning, okay? So this is a beginning. We will have a challenge, no doubt. We can overcome it because in the near future, you see, better technology, okay? Better technology will provide us our this reality we have. You know, now many years we are adapted to the conventional teaching. All right, we do all agree. So conventional teaching almost we are adapted daily life, and now we are changing to the virtual world, and the technology also not up to the mark. So we are just managing, right? We are managing.
The person who speaks have always the doubt whether the audience are there or
yes.
This is another problem with this gadget.
Yeah. So without, suppose if we look some virtual, if we look one another, and we are something like a real sitting one room. Suppose then we can talk as like in a reality style. Then we can. I think that kind of situation will come. Then I think we can. I think we won't have much problem. So here now we don't have such type of technology. That is why we are still not effective in one sense. Not effective, but of course it's in not that
effective, but we are not getting satisfied.
Yeah. Satisfaction because you know, as usual, we are adapted to the conventional, traditional style. No.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, welcome.
Dear participants, is there any questions from you? Our Hemanta Singh very much awaiting for your questions.
Yeah. So I request my friend. You see, research is a research area of literature. Now it is very vast. So I think by new theory, let me share you about in the present of the modern period or post-modern. Okay, after Second World War, it is a modern post-modern. Due to the influence of the French theory, now I am very fed up of the French theory because our conventional criticism is now, it comes to the level of very small area. Nobody, you see now it. Rajmon?
Yes, sir.
Still, should I continue or should I stop here?
Yeah, you should continue. You can continue, Hemanta Singh. If you wish us till 11:30, it is
11:30.
It is up to you to decide. It is your discretion. You can continue, sir. If you wish us, you can continue.
If there is no question about from the participant, what is the use of my arm continue, man? If something question comes, then I can share my thoughts. Otherwise, it seems like a one way, man.
No, sir. No, Dr. Hemanta, sir. You are It's clear. That is the reason why not even excluding Dr. P.K. Gomati madam, no one is asking questions. You have very clearly delivered your presentation.
Fine.
Yes.
Is
Dear
someone
participants,
is coming?
yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam. Please.
I am Dr. Ranjana Mehrotra from Agra.
Okay.
I had written in the chat box, and I
Yeah,
had asked you whether ICT will benefit general students, especially from the rural areas. How will it benefit those from the rural areas? Thank you.
Okay. Madam, I get your point, and I also address in my lecture also. We cannot deny due to this electronic gadget, because electronic gadget is for the poor students who are living in the very countryside or maybe in the village. Okay, so they could not afford all those smartphone, laptop, that internet. This is all costly. So therefore, that is why I am giving suggestion in this lecture. So let us do one thing. So there are other option of to get this online teacher. So online is we need internet, we need laptop, we need smartphone. So
Yes, sir.
this poor students from village, maybe in the city also poor, okay, irrespective. I'm just telling for poor students. So let us do, this is my suggestion. So we can use instead of smartphone, we can use radio. This radio, all India radio. All right.
Yeah,
So
radio
in
and TV.
Manipur, radio and TV. We have to request the TV and the radio to please give some time, some slot of time. Okay, say 1 hour daily. Okay, a particular. So one teacher will teach this particular hour, then another teacher will teach. So in this phase manner, we can share, or we can impart our knowledge
To the people
this particular
from rural
to the
areas.
people.
From
Yeah,
rural
this
areas
is
also.
rural area. Yeah, madam, I can see. I can see you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So this is the yeah. So this also we cannot ignore, because education, as you know, is the backbone. Our generation, next generation will replace us. Because how long you see, even despite this lockdown, government of India giving importance, trust, importance, very great importance, because this we want to go to the next level of nation. All right.
Yes.
So education, you see, this will give you human resource, from which who will give this human resource to the next level? Education. So we should give much trust today. So that's why I request, this is my suggestion, government should give extra poor student scholarship, extra money to buy some sort of electronic gadget to access this this online, or maybe some other purpose, because they cannot use another wasting, because we will give a responsibility, so they cannot waste their time. I think this is a right opportunity. We should turn from addiction of gadget to addiction of literacy.
Knowledge through gadgets.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
I think now Dr. Umarani madam from UER college is participating in that seminar. Umarani madam. Dr. Umarani madam. Are you there? Prema madam from Thiruvarambur Government Arts College. Sangeeta madam, do you have any questions to be clarified?
I never ask any question to Amanda sir. Ask any question to once again he questioned me.
Madam, Madam Sangeeta, I'm always admire you. I always admire you. Oh, please ask me a question.
Whatever I'm telling you, he replied me in his own way.
Please go ahead, madam.
Dear participants, do you have any questions?
Sir, Rajmohan sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm Smita from Chennai.
Yes.
Can I ask a question to Hemanta sir?
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to see me, sir? I'll turn on my video, but since the internet is very less, Hemanta sir, I'm just sharing my audio.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Okay,
Hemanta
madam.
sir, how are you? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Your lecture today was excellent. Like we could, like you could touch both literature and language. My
Yes,
question is, since you are also, I think, in a university,
Yes.
I'm in a college which is an autonomous college.
Right.
So when you talked about Swayam and MOOC courses, now all of a sudden, is it like, can we just supplement? Okay, so
I gave access to a video, ma'am.
No, sir. I have is very less. That is why I've stopped my video, sir.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Sir Hemanta sir, when we take these SWAYAM courses into our curriculum, we can't be changing the curriculum as such, right? In the middle of the semester without we going, and we have to run through a lot of steps before incorporating it into the present curriculum, because we have to wait for that revision. Can we have it as a supplement? And do we find all courses relevant to our no curriculum in Swayam? This is my question.
Yeah. Madam Smith, I get your point. UGC has given some tools only. Okay. So just example, madam asked me about the Swayam and Swayam Prabha and so forth. There are so many, about 10 tools or 10 software or connection in the UGC website. So this is just simply to access to get information on whatever the student wants. Suppose about say example, we are students of English literature, so we can go through the Sud Ganga or National Digital Library. We can get some certain extent of information or secondary sources, or maybe text or primary sources. So this will help from what, from the lack of behind of the actual classroom. So just making some fill up only. So you see, teachers role will be there. You see, teacher always will play a big role, because suppose a student gets some information from the internet or somewhere from the Sudganga or National Digital Library, then that accessibility cannot a finality, because after all, teacher is a teacher. So teacher will guide, okay, you what you got, you do this, you do that. So our purpose is always driving force, always mentor's role. We are always a facilitator. We cannot replace our place, and student will guide. And because physically we can contact like in the earlier form of teaching learning. So we will provide, because material, whatever material we will, plenty of material we will get from through internet, through this UGC website, Swayam, for example, Swat Ganga, for example. Okay. So, and through Zoom cloud meeting or through WhatsApp, we can transact, we can transfer our knowledge. This is how we can, okay, this is the beginning, madam. We cannot substitute all in overnight. So time will bring, and better technology will bring more efficient, that will help. But for the time being, we have to manage. Madam, that much I think address
Well
your
said,
point.
sir. I agree, sir. I agree. It's a
Yeah,
fill up
yeah.
space. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
fill up
for
space.
the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
being.
fill up
Yeah, yeah.
for the time being. Instead of, you see, something is better than nothing.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you,
yeah.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Sir. Amata sir.
Yeah, please.
Dr. K. Umarani, madam. Now he is working as professor in Periyar EVR College, Trichy. Now, Madam Umarani is going to ask you a question, sir. Umarani, madam.
Madam Umarani, please come. Come on the line.
Dr. Umarani, madam. Dear participants, do you want any questions to be clarified by our Dr. Hemanta sir?
Hello.
Hello. Hemanta sir, I'm here.
Mr. Rasmon. Okay, I'm also here. I think no question is coming up from the participant. So, so far I don't find any question. Professor
Very
Rasmon.
clearly presented
Yeah.
in the seminar.
Yeah. All right. All right. I hope it is a grand success. I think so far in the webinar series of national, I think compared to other.
Umarani, madam, you are not audible, madam. Dr. Hemanta sir, Umarani madam is trying to ask you a question.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the line. I'm on the line. No problem.
I think some technical glitches.
Yes, yes. This is the problem. This is the problem. Yeah.
Dr. Umarani madam, am I audible? Easter
Yeah.
sir, now I hear your friend Dr. Easter Raj Jensen.
Are, come. Where is Easter? Call him, man.
Easter sir, Dr. Easter.
Hello, Easter, sir. Are you there? Hello.
Dear participants, kindly pose your question directly to Dr. Hemanta sir.
Hello.
Yeah, I can read.
Wait.
Yeah, Easter, please come in. Come on the line.
How are you? How are you, man?
Oh, fine. Are, long time, but show me your face, man. Show me your face. First, before question, you show me your face. Where is Dr. Easter? Show me your face first, before asking question.
Hemanta sir, please. Dear participant, I am going to introduce my guide, PhD guide. Dr. Easter Jensen is my guide.
Where is Dr.
Are you able to see me?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Now?
Please come to. No, still I can't see. Still I can't see.
Sir, you are not audible. Speak a bit louder.
I'm in a
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
so you
I can see you. Yeah, I can now. I can see. Yeah, right. Are. Is it too hot? Yeah. It's very hot.
Man.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very hot.
Oh, how are you?
Am I clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Audible, video, everything is clear.
Everything is clear, sir.
Yeah, everything is clear. Everything is clear. Yeah.
Hey, presentation was so nice, man.
Oh, thanks.
But use some slides, no?
Huh?
He's asking why don't you use slides?
Oh, you see, let me clarify, Dr. Esther. You see, your school.
Out of link.
No. Are you on the line?
Yes, he is in the line, sir.
Yeah, I'm on the line.
Oh, say, you see, this Rasmohan contact me only one day ahead of this beginning of this seminar. Then he abruptly landing me and asking me to give a lecture. So I don't have a time, and I have to keep my friend's promise, and I have to regard his request also. So I told, okay, I agree your proposal, but I cannot give the PPT because PPT backing and so it takes time
Okay, man.
consuming.
It was just a.
So that is how I did all these things, Mr. Razi. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Still you are not changing, man. You are still.
Always in a hurry.
Yes, sir. You are aware.
Okay.
We will talk offline.
Okay, congrats and best wishes, man.
Evening, today evening or tomorrow's.
Dear participants.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Bye. Hamada, bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you very much.
Dr. Umarani, madam.
I hope there is no one, I think. Sally, Razman.
Sir.
Professor.
Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Madam Sangita. Madam Samita.
Shall I give the vote of thanks, sir?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, now you would like to call Dr. Sangita, madam, to propose vote of thanks on behalf of Government Arts and Science College, Peravurani. Welcome, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to all. It is my pleasure and privilege to propose vote of thanks to Dr. Hemanta Singh on behalf of Dr. Raj Mohan, Head of the Department of English, Government Arts and Science College, Peravurani. Indeed, Dr. Hemanta's presentation is very informative and very interesting. And I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Hemanta, who has delivered a scintillating lecture. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure, Madam Sangita. Thank you.
We have posted the feedback link in the chat box, as well as I'm going to post a feedback link in our WhatsApp group.
Yes, sir. It's posted in the chat box, sir, by Spita ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Razman, shall I leave?
Okay, sir. Okay, dear participants, you will sign off.
Okay, I will sign off. Okay, I will sign off. Okay.
All the participants. Thank you, Dr. Hemanta, sir. Thank you, Dr. Smita, madam. Thank you, Dr. Sangita, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
So everyone, I'm leaving. Thank you for this giving opportunity once all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hemanta, sir.
Okay.
Okay, we will sign it off.
Okay, I will sign off.